Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Stephanie, and this video right here is the first ever video that I've done for YouTube. I've been in the online space for the last 2 years, a little bit over 2 years, and I have been promoting and selling other people's products, so affiliate marketing, master resale rights. I'm sure you've heard of it. And I learned the hard way that that is not the best practices to build a long-term sustainable online business, which we all want to have for years and years to come. And so those crashed and burned, really, I learned the hard way with those. And so my mission is to help other people not go that route and to go a different route that is just as simple, if not more simple, than selling and promoting somebody else's products. Because I know, as a busy mom of 3, whenever I thought about creating a course of my own or a product of my own, it was so daunting feeling that I felt like my only option was to sell and promote other people's products, because I didn't have any of the extra time to sit down and create something of my own. And so I've done a lot of researching, of learning, and spending a lot of time and money on learning how to come up with a system that allows moms to be able to create something of their own without the daunting feeling of feeling like they're going to miss out on so much with their family, that they're going to have to spend so much money. And so that's my mission, is to help moms realize that they can take a topic and turn it into an extremely profitable online course. And I promise you, the term online course is not as scary as it seemed. And in fact, an online course is the most simple digital product that you can create. And we'll get into that a little bit later and through other videos. But I want to let you know to go ahead and subscribe, because I will be on here every single Wednesday showing up as my true authentic self. I've got my Christmas decor in the background, a hoodie and sweatpants, and my light just died. But I think, let me go get a charger for it. I'm going to pause. Okay, I had to get a little bit creative to plug that in, and I'm going to have to pause it later too, but you won't really notice that I pause it. But anyways, I'll be here every Wednesday showing up as my true authentic self. I'm just a busy mom who on Wednesdays has free time because my toddler is at daycare. She starts kindergarten in just a couple of years, so I wanted to kind of get her used to the school atmosphere, and I needed a day to myself to work and to do YouTube videos. So I've got big visions for my business, big visions for my clients, and I'm so excited that you're here and that you are learning from me. So I want to get into my belief system first about making money online. So I firmly believe, and this is not how I started out, which is why my belief system is like this, in starting small. Okay, I started out thinking, so I was in the online space for 2 years. I made $500,000. I learned a lot of things. And so whenever it was time for me to create my own product, I thought that I could just create something teaching somebody from scratch and charge hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for it, and that people would just buy because they would trust me and see that I have had expertise. I was so wrong, okay? Crashed and burned doing that. So I am a firm believer in starting small, and here's why. Whenever you are new to the market space, you are essentially nothing. I like to use the analogy that you are a tiny tadpole in a large sea of whales, okay? Because there are so many people in this space who have been here for 11 years, 20 years, who have way more expertise than I do, so that don't even charge that amount of money. But my belief system and what I had learned was that you can charge thousands of dollars and people will want to buy because they'll want to learn from you. But that's just not the way to do it, and that is not the way that I believe that you should be selling anymore. So if you're here and you currently sell high ticket and you're wanting to learn how to sell low ticket items, I'm your girl, because I will forever, ever, ever sell low ticket items and preach against high ticket, basically, because of that aspect, but also another aspect of helping people. The reason that you're here is to help people, and charging somebody thousands of dollars is not, yes, it's making them feel like they're making an investment towards themselves, right? And towards their future, but it's really not helping them because it could be a long time before they see return on investment. So that's just my motto, my belief system is that you should not charge people thousands of dollars. Um, Anywhere low ticket from $1 to $500, that's great. Anything above that, you better have a dang good offer. Unless it's one-on-one coaching or like social media management or something. But if you're into that, then you shouldn't be here watching this because that's something totally different than creating your own products. Social media managers and one-on-one coaches, they deserve to be paid thousands of dollars for their services. So this is strictly creating digital products to sell online. And then another thing that I wanted to point out was digital marketing. So this term has been, I believe that since COVID hit in 2020, this is when digital marketing really took off and people like myself got in at the right time and people were like just trying to do anything that they could to make money because they were losing their jobs or they couldn't go to work and they weren't getting paid. So they were buying the first course, what I did, the first course that they came across that cost a little bit of money, and then there was a big upsell to learn more, and they would invest in that. And luckily, I did make a return on investment. But I think that's the biggest issue in the online space right now, which I think it's starting to dwindle. Digital marketing itself is like going away because honestly, you can't just call yourself a digital marketer anymore because what the heck is that? Like, there are so many forms of digital marketing out there, which is digital products, but it all, like, you can create a digital product on literally any topic. It doesn't have to be on digital marketing, on making money online, on anything like that. And I think that's one of the biggest stigmas that has come from the last 4 years is that in order to be successful online, you have to teach people how to make money online. And it's just not true because I have seen it with my own eyes, people making millions of dollars, not even mentioning the fact that they make money online. So that's just kind of a spew of where I started from and how I kind of shifted into where I am now in my journey in helping moms to create sustainable online businesses. So one other thing, sorry, I've got an outline here and I've got it on my phone too for today's video, which there's a lot, so be prepared. This is a lot of knowledge that you're going to be taking in today and I'm so excited to get into it. But since this is my first video, I was wanting to kind of give you a little rundown about myself and my story, etc., etc. So lastly, so many people say, if you want it, you have to make time for it. I know people personally who have built their own online course and they went in full depth with it. They spent months and months to a year literally not getting any sleep, spending time away from their kids to make the perfect offer because they say that if you want it, you have to make time for it. And I call BS on that, okay? I say you shouldn't have to take time away from your kids, take time away from your family, take time away from your health. Like, sleeping is a huge part of health. And I believe that you should not have to give up any of that in order to create an extremely profitable online business. So here I am. I found the method. I found all the systems on exactly how to teach you how to do that. And so this is what I'm going to share with you today. So I'm sure you've seen by now, and especially by the headline of this, is I teach you how to make your first $100 online. And here's why. Because so many online coaches, they preach and teach on the go big or go home aspect, which they don't say it in those exact words. That's just how I like to put it because basically that's what they're telling you that you need to do. You need to either go big with your product or go home, because if not, you're not going to sell it. And I believe otherwise, and here's why. Because starting small is actually, like, remember my analogy of you are a tiny tadpole in a large sea of whales. Starting small is what's going to get you to the point that you want to be at. And because you are essentially nothing in the marketplace, okay? And you have to prove that you actually know what the heck it is that you're talking about, because people aren't just going to take your word for it. They don't know you. They don't trust you. And the way to build trust is to sell something that is so valuable for so little. And I will get into that on a different video, just how to actually create a product that sells. But I do want to let you know that your first goal needs to be $100, because honestly, starting smaller like that sets you up for success. Because if you have a goal of making your first $1,000 online, $5,000, or even $100,000 online, when you don't reach that goal in the amount of time that you thought you would, you become very, very discouraged. And oftentimes people will give up when they're like, oh, well, I guess I'm not cut out for this. I can't do it. Whenever you're reaching for $100, that's an extremely obtainable, reachable goal to make online, especially rather quickly. And so it makes your expectations, you don't have really any expectations. Whenever you are setting a goal so high, you have unrealistic expectations. You need to expect to make little to nothing is what your expectations need to be. $0 to $100. That's your very first goal. And then once you hit that goal, then we'll talk about how to surpass it. But until you reach $100, you don't need to have a higher goal. And so $100 is very realistic for a complete beginner who is you, coming into the space, creating your very first product, whether you've been in this space like I was for 2 years, selling somebody else's products, you know all about digital marketing and master resale rights and affiliate marketing. It doesn't matter unless that's what your course is about. But even if so, you've never sold your own course. So you're a complete beginner, essentially, whenever you're creating your own thing, and which is totally great. It's totally fine. And so that's when you start to scale, is whenever you start small and then dream big. It's okay to dream big. I have big dreams for the next 10 years. I'm going to be a multimillionaire in the next 10 years, and I already know it. I can feel it because the money's already there. I just have to let it in. And that's, again, another video for a different time. So if you want to see all these videos on how to make the most amount of money online, hit subscribe, and I will be here every Wednesday. And again, lastly, what I wanted to touch on is, if you haven't gotten it yet, my program is how to make your first $100 online in 7 days. So I have an entire 7-day blueprint that teaches you how to make your very first $100 online with actionable steps to take that this course is made to fit into your schedule, because it's only a 7-day blueprint. You can finish it in 7 days or less. If you choose to binge watch the whole thing, that's totally fine. But I preach on not doing too much in one single day. So I created it in bite-sized steps to do every single day that fit into your mom life schedule. And so if you don't have that yet, I highly recommend to get it. But if you don't have it and you're not ready to invest in it yet, which it's less than $47. And I teach you step by step by step. 7 days, and you get a full workbook too. Like, it's my baby. I put my entire heart and soul into it. I spent lots of time and energy making it right for you. So if you haven't gotten it, I highly recommend it. I'll link it below. But here are 3 steps that you can actually start taking to make your first $100 online. And I'm going to pause it again to plug in my iPad, because I'm going to be writing on a whiteboard for you. Okay, I'm back, and I've got my whiteboard here, and I lied. It's not 3 steps. It's 4 steps. It's actually my 4-step method called the baby steps method, which is the exact method that I use and what I teach on to making your first $100 online. So let's see. Let me see. I got to turn my pen back on. Okay. So we're on B, A, B, Y. So this is the baby steps method. Okay. And so what you're going to do is, this first B is to brainstorm. And please don't judge my handwriting. I am not the best handwriter, especially on an iPad. But anyways, the first thing is brainstorming. So this is just going to be where you're going to come up with topic ideas. And again, I will do a different video. It's also inside of my course, how to create an extremely profitable topic for your for your digital product that you're going to create, which I like to call them digital courses because honestly, and we'll get into it in the third step here on this B, because honestly, hang on. Sorry about that. My dog needed to go outside. But on the third B is where we're going to actually build your offer, and I'm going to explain to you the different kinds of offers, which there's really only 2 that I would recommend to create, but why an online course is actually the easiest product to build. But anyways, first B is brainstorm. The second one is act. Third one is build. And the Y is yield. Okay, so on brainstorming, this is where you're going to just kind of write down some ideas. And honestly, these take 5 minutes a day. Okay, if you haven't gotten the course yet or whatever, this is what I want you to be doing with your days to take those steps towards making your first $100. And then whenever you're ready to invest in the course, then go ahead and grab it. But anyways, brainstorm. So this is where you're going to maybe write down like 10 potential topic ideas. And so honestly, I just saw somebody create an extremely profitable online course about how to increase your credit score in 30 days. Okay, that's going to sell hugely, and it's so simple. This person, they obviously know how to increase your credit score because they did it for themselves. And so that's an extremely profitable one. I have a student who is creating how to sew online. She hasn't actually built out her course yet, but that's the topic she's doing, is how to sew. And she's teaching people online how to do that and create their own products from scratch, from their hands. So that's really cool. And there's just so many things that you can create on. And I have a free guide that I will also link below that has way more than 100 topics that you can choose from, as well as how to turn it into an extremely profitable online course topic. So I'll link that below as well, because that's extremely helpful for you to get your brain flowing on what kind of product that you want to create. So the A is act. So these are small things that you can do every single day, and you would not believe how small 5-minute tasks that you do every day can make such an impact on your entire life. Like taking action towards your goals and towards your future is huge. For example, I haven't turned the TV on in almost a month to watch something for myself. Obviously, my kids watch TV, but I have not sat down to watch TV, and I am the queen of binge watching TV shows, but I had to force myself. I'm like, you know what? I am too lazy. I'm not taking actionable steps towards change that I want to see because I'm so consumed with the TV. And I've honestly had so much time. I created this product. I have had more patience for my kids, more time to spend with my husband. The cooking always gets clean. Like, I have endless amounts of time by making one small actionable change in my everyday routine. So here's an example of some things that I want you to do. Scroll social media. Okay, so just scroll for 5 to 10 minutes a day. It can be at night, in the mornings before the kids wake up, whenever, and look at extremely successful online accounts and see why is their account so successful? Why is what they're selling so successful? Like, what are they doing to build the success that they have? So just do that, because that is going to get your brain flowing and helping you whenever it's time to start creating content for your product, to start promoting your product, which we'll go over that here in just a couple minutes. You're going to kind of know the kind of content that's performing well, and then you'll be able to recognize that you can create content like that as well. Brainstorming your product ideas, obviously, that's an action that you need to take. Read a book about money for 5 minutes a day. There are so many on Amazon. This one right here, The Secret of a Millionaire Mind. This one's so good. And I mean, it's not like a huge book by any means. So you can definitely read this in just a couple weeks by spending a couple minutes a day reading it. And it's going to get your brain where it needs to be to let money come into your life. And again, we'll do other videos on that down the road, but it's amazing. Let's see, brainstorm. create a graphic design inside of Canva. So what you're going to need for your course is you're going to have to obviously have visuals of what it is that you're offering. So just kind of start brainstorming ideas and start playing around with color schemes and graphics and things that you want to portray for your product. Just create something. You might not even use it, but it's going to get the creative brain flowing, and you're just going to start feeling, you're going to be amazed at these small actions that you can take every single day is going to empower you to keep going and keep going and keep going until you become the most successful version of yourself. So things like that is what's going to get you one step closer to fulfilling your dream. This next one here is building. So building your offer. So this is, I really only recommend doing two different kinds of offers. So first one is obviously courses. And then the second one is just like a digital download, like a PDF document. We'll say that. PDF or a digital download. And I'm going to go ahead and let's see if I can do a new page. Hang on, let me pause this and get a new page. Actually, I changed my mind, but I did find my other platform that finally came up. It wasn't working before this. I love this platform so much better because I can have multiple pages. But I did want to tell you what the why was before, and then I'm going to go into how to implement, which I already told you how to implement the A one. The B one, I told you I do have a freebie download, but I still want to show you how to kind of brainstorm so that way you can start creating something or thinking of what you're going to create. But the Y is yield, which I did already tell you that, right? Yield. And this is how you're going to yield your results, which is through social media. So we're going to get into how to do all of that too. So first thing I want to do is I want to show you the brainstorm. And so this is going to be life skills. Life skills, passions, knowledge, and experiences. So whenever you are doing your brainstorming, I want you to think of these 4 categories. Do you have any life skills that you can take to teach somebody else? Have you ever been an accountant? Do you have like some kind of special degree? Do you do accounting? Do you do taxes? Do you know things like that? Are you in the medical field? Do you know the best kinds of things to eat for heart health? Do you know, I'm not in the medical field, so I don't know. Do you know the best things to use on your skin? Were you a dermatologist? Do you know the best types of skincare for acne, the best types of skincare for anything that you've done like professionally in the past? Those are life skills. So that's something that a lot of people would love to learn about, and those make great courses. Passions, things like motherhood. There are so many things that I'm sure that you know about motherhood that I promise you a lot of people do not know about motherhood, like gentle parenting. I need to buy something on that because I've been struggling. Gentle parenting, organic meals for healthy kids, or candy alternatives or sweet alternatives. Anything like that like in motherhood you're super passionate about. What's a hobby that you have? Golf? Do you know how to play golf? Do you know how to sew? Do you know how to knit? Anything that you are passionate about and could share it with other people, that would be a great course topic. Knowledge, that kind of goes in with life skills, but there's just some things that people have knowledge in. Like, for example, me, I have a lot of knowledge in how to make money online, so that's what I'm teaching. And if you have a lot of knowledge, if you've been in the online space and you know how to brand yourself, you know how to do branding very, very well, that is knowledge that you can take to create an online course to teach somebody. Do you have knowledge in drop shipping? Like anything you have knowledge in, that's another thing that would make a great course. And lastly, life experiences. So this can be if you have a child with a mental illness. That's a life experience. Those are cards that you have been dealt that you know how to function, you know how to make things flow and go very well. And you would be a lot of help to a new mom who just found out that she's going to have a child with mental disorders or special anything that's going on with them that you would have knowledge in would be extremely profitable and help people. Like, that's the whole point of this, you guys, is to help people. The more that you can serve and help people, the more money you're going to make. If you're only focused on the money and you need the money, you're desperately wanting the money, you're only creating this offer because you need money, you want money, it's never going to be successful. You have to be determined to actually help people through your course and profit off of it. That's the process, that's the flow of it. Helping people help first, receive second, okay? And that's like, those will be in different videos down the line of how to like incorporate it all, but I just wanted to mention it here because the whole point of having an online business, yes, it's to make money. There's no doubt about that. There's a lot of money to be made, but the main thing is, how can you help more people? How can you reach more people? Which again is why I preach on low ticket products. Okay, so here's the brainstorm one. We already went over the acting one. Okay, the small actions to take every day. Okay, and now we are on build, okay? And this is the part that scares the most people and makes them not want to actually create an offer. And I honestly don't know why, because this isn't the main thing of your offer, believe it or not. This is just the inside. I have an analogy, is the puzzle pieces method. So whenever you're doing a puzzle, you don't start with the inside first. If you do, you're weird. But most people start with the outside of the puzzle, okay? And then they start to fill in the inside of the puzzle, okay? So here's the thing. Once you launch, you're obviously going to have the inside of the puzzle done, which is your offer. So the inside of the puzzle is your offer. But the outside of the puzzle is everything else on the outside that leads your potential customer to your offer. So that's going to be your Instagram, your sales page, emails, if you do emails. Like, everything here is what leads them to the inside. So before they even see the inside of the puzzle, they see all of this. So this part is the most important. The offer can always change. I'm going to tell you this, the first thing that you create is not going to be the last thing that you sell. I promise you that, okay? Your first product is kind of like a stepping stone. Don't strive for perfection. Don't stress about it. Don't overthink it. Because again, remember, the most important thing right now is the outside of the puzzle, okay? That's what is actually going to get people to the inside of your puzzle. So your Instagram, your sales page, your emails, anything that they see on the outside is going to be the most important. The offer can always change based on feedback that you get. And people that purchase from you are going to have lifetime access. So it's not like it's going to make them mad if, like, for some reason your offer isn't as great as what they thought it was. But inside of my program, I do teach you how to make it an extremely great offer. But anyways, I just kind of wanted to touch on that too, because the building part is what scares the most people off from creating their own product. So let's go back to this, to build. And so there are PDFs, and then there are courses. And courses are the easiest to create because you can honestly create 10 to 20 videos just teaching about what you know, okay? And inside of the program, I have an exact method to how to do this and build it out and to make sure that you've got everything that you need in there. But again, we're doing low ticket offers, and that we're charging probably $50 or less for your very first offer. That's a happy number, a magic number. $50 or less, 10 to 20 videos and that's it. Versus a PDF, you're going to have 100 to even 200 pages. Okay, I created an entire workbook for the course that's 74 pages long, that is free, that comes with my course that I built. Okay, PDFs are very, 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 very difficult to sell, for the reason is that most people are created, they don't have time. Okay, and that's another thing. You're a mom, you don't have time to sit down and create 100 to 200 page PDF or guide or ebook or whatever to sell to somebody that's going to be extremely valuable. So this right here is going to be your easiest, quickest option that's also going to sell easier and better, because a course is extremely valuable, but it honestly, I teach you how to do all this in 7 days or less. So to take a course and create 10 to 20 videos, create a sales page, all the things in 7 days is very realistic, very easy. A PDF, if that's the version, I don't even teach on how to create a PDF, because that would take probably a month or longer, because you're a mom, you're trying to fit it into your busy schedule, and to create a PDF is just so unrealistic, and honestly, it's going to be a lot harder to sell. So, but anyway, so many people have this illusion that creating a course is extremely difficult to do, but that's kind of true to an extent if you are creating a high-ticket offer, because inside of a high-ticket offer, you are trying to solve so many different problems for your audience that they potentially could have. And so you're trying to fit it all into all of these videos and to teach all of it and make sure you don't miss any single steps, versus in a low-ticket offer, creating 10 to 20 videos on a very, very, very specific problem that your audience is facing. That's what we're doing. The course that you are going to be offering is going to solve one specific problem for your audience, and that's it. You're not trying to sell them some big picture thing. You're just trying to help them out a little bit, okay? And that's where a lot of people get trumped up, and they're like, oh, it's going to take me forever to build this course. I can't do it. No, not accurate at all. And let's see. I did want to make it known that I'm not teaching you, my process is not to like cut corners. I'm not trying to teach you to do something that's going to like cheat the system. No, you're still going to have to put in work, but it's a lot easier to do it this way. I teach on, it's kind of hard to get the wording across, but I have tried it all. I've tried to cut the corners. I made no sales. So what I'm teaching you, you still have to put in work. It's not like it's just going to magically happen for you. You still have to put in the work. You still have to build your offer. You still have to build your course. You still have to follow the steps. I'm not teaching you that you're going to have this done in 7 days and boom, there you go. No, you're still going to have to put in the work, but I teach you how to do it in the most simple way possible that isn't going to take up a ton of your time. So with all that being said, your first offer, like I said, is not going to be your last one. So I don't want you to strive for perfection, but I want you to strive for adding value. You have to have value in your offer. You can't just create something as quickly as possible without having all the value in it, and taking like no time and just throwing 10 to 20 videos in there. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is building a course with your knowledge, 10 to 20 videos that are extremely valuable, that are really going to help your customer and make them want to buy from you again and again. That is what I'm teaching you to do. I'm not teaching you to cut corners. I'm not teaching you to cheat the system by any means. But this right here is just, it's very hard to do. If you want to do it, go for it. I'm not going to teach you how to do it because I just think that it's silly. But if you want to have a PDF offer inside your course like I do, that adds so much more value to your course. And it's going to help your course sell better, but I don't want you to just sell a PDF on its own. That's just my thoughts. That's my personal opinion. It can be done. It's been done, but it's going to take up a lot of your time, and that's not what I teach on. I teach on saving time, okay? Fitting your business into your schedule, not the other way around. You shouldn't have to fit into your business's schedule, okay? Lastly, yielding results, okay? And so this is where your results are going to come from social media. And I'm just going to briefly touch on this really quick, the funnel, because I know I've been here for 34 minutes and you're probably done. But Instagram is basically what I teach on. Okay, so Instagram is where you're going to, it's basically a funnel that I'm going to teach. That's going to get you to money, money, money at the bottom. Okay, and so it's a very basic. So you're going to have traffic up here, up there, your offer here, your money down low. So traffic is going to come from obviously reels, carousels, and call to actions. Okay, call to actions is like telling somebody to follow you or comment a keyword, which is DM automation. And this might sound very foreign to you. I promise we'll get into all this in the future. I'm just going to do DM auto. So call to action. So that's where your traffic is going to come from. And once people, and like I said, we will go into this. I go into this very in depth inside of the program, but I will do another video on this later on down the road about the Instagram funnel. So reels, carousels, call to actions, the traffic is where you're going to get your people. This is where you're going to promote your program, your offer, your course, and through reels, carousels, and through call to actions. And once I'm just going to kind of explain DM automation. So they're going to comment a keyword. And whenever they comment the keyword, they're going to be sent a message from your inbox. So maybe that's how you found this video, is because you commented a keyword on my video and I sent you a message in your inbox to the link to this video. Okay, but yours is going to be the link to your offer. Okay, so they're going to get from your call to action to your offer, or they're going to go from here to the link in your bio. So the link in your bio is a little link in Instagram that you can click on, and some people go directly to that, or some people would prefer to comment and be sent the offer through inbox. So it's kind of like, do you see how it just kind of goes in a circle? Okay, and then once they see your offer, they're going to see your sales page, and that's when they're going to either purchase or not purchase. Okay. That's just a very basic bird's eye view of the Instagram funnel, the money funnel, whatever you want to call it, on how to get from traffic with your offer to sales, okay? How to yield your results. So that's where that comes in, and I kind of went way more in depth with this than what I had planned to, but that's good. This is a good first video for me, and I just kind of wanted to conclude today with telling you that I don't want you to stress about having the perfect product. Just remember that inside of my course, I map it out perfectly from start to finish, day 1 to day 7, and then beyond that, beyond the $100, which is what we're going to get into next week. On Wednesday, I'm going to show you how to scale past your first $100. So once you hit your first $100, I'm going to show you what to do next. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe so you can be here and see the next video. And be sure to give me a follow on Instagram for tips and insights on how to have an online business as a mom. And be sure to go ahead and subscribe. So thank you so much for watching. I know this was a lot of information. Take it, go and take action with it. And I will see you next week, where we go over how to scale your $100 to your next $1,000 and beyond.